Hey, welcome in. Today, we're doing something really cool. We're going to take two powerhouse financial philosophies and mash them together into one single actionable blueprint. Think of it as a framework to first build a rock-solid foundation and then hit the gas on your journey to real wealth. So let me ask you, does this sound familiar? You're doing all the right things, right? You're saving, you're grinding it out, but it feels like the scoreboard just isn't moving. Well, if that hits home, I want you to know it is not your fault. It's because the traditional money rules we've all been taught, they're incomplete. They're basically designed to help you survive, but not really to thrive. Okay, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by locking down your foundation, building that system. Then, we'll get into the fun stuff, the strategies that actually accelerate and multiply your wealth. All right, let's dive right in. All right, first things first. This is all about a mental shift. We've got to stop thinking about these little restrictive rules and start understanding the big, powerful laws that money actually follows. Okay, so look at this. On the left, you've got the common rules we all hear. Save 10%, cut coupons. These come from a place of scarcity, you know? It's all about restriction, playing defense, just trying not to lose. And honestly, that keeps you small. But then, on the right, you have the laws. Think of these like the laws of physics, but for your money. They're all about growth and expansion. And listen, understanding this difference, it's the gap between just counting your pennies and actually building a real fortune. Okay, so before we can even think about playing offense, you have to build a defense that basically runs itself. This is all about creating a powerful, automated financial system. And let me be clear, this part, it's totally non-negotiable. And the absolute number one priority for this system is to kill your high-interest debt. I'm talking about credit cards, personal loans, anything over, say, 8%. This stuff is a wealth killer. It's like trying to run a marathon with a 200-pound vest on. It has to go, and you've got to be aggressive about it. So this brings us to the CEO system. The idea is simple. You act like the CEO of your money, not some low-level micromanager obsessing over every line item. You make a few big strategic decisions. One, cut costs, but mercilessly on the things you just don't care about. Free up that cash. Two, focus on earning more. Treat it like a skill you need to develop. And then, the most important part, you automate the whole thing. Your savings, your investments, so the system just works in the background, without you. Okay, and this is where the real magic happens. Once that system is automated and running, it starts feeding what is, no joke, the most powerful wealth-building engine on the planet, compounding. Now let me show you what this actually looks like, because it starts way slower than you might think. So let's say you're investing $600 a month. After year one, your grand total interest earned is $235. Yeah, not exactly life-changing, right? It feels incredibly slow. You might even think, is this even working? But listen, this isn't about year one. This is about building that initial momentum. Just watch what happens next. Flash forward to year 10. Now the picture looks totally different. You've put in 72 grand of your own money, sure, but you've earned over $31,000 in pure interest. That tiny little snowball from year one, it's now a boulder rolling downhill, picking up serious speed. Your money is finally starting to do some of the real work for you. Okay, now this is the slide I really want you to see. This is the tipping point. Sometime around year 19, something incredible happens. The money you've earned from interest is now more than all the money you've contributed yourself. Think about that. From this moment on, your money is officially working harder than you are. This is the moment you start to feel free. And here's the full picture, the whole 30-year journey. Just look at that interest earned column. By the end, it's more than double what you put in. That curve just goes almost straight up. This is what we're talking about. This is what a simple automated system unlocks for you. The raw, unstoppable power of time. All right, so you've built the foundation. The compounding engine is humming along in the background. Now it's time to hit the accelerator. Let's talk about the levers you can pull to really start multiplying your wealth. First up, we have to get this distinction straight, the difference between speed and time. See, money loves speed. Acting fast, flipping a house, that generates cash flow right now. But wealth was time. Making one great decision, like buying a 20-unit building and just holding it for a decade or two. One gets you paid today, the other makes you truly wealthy for the long run. Okay, the next lever is probably the most powerful and honestly the most misunderstood one out there. We're talking about leverage. And all it is really is using other people's money to juice your potential returns. And you see it everywhere, from the everyday to the extraordinary. When you buy a house with a mortgage, that's you using leverage. When a private equity firm buys a huge company, they're using massive leverage. And think about the billionaires. When someone like Elon Musk buys a company, he doesn't sell his stock and create a huge tax bill. No way. He borrows against it. He uses leverage. And that brings us to another huge distinction: cash flow versus equity. The classic example is McDonald's. They sell burgers and fries, right? That's their cash flow. It pays the bills. But their real wealth, it's in the massive real estate portfolio they own under all those restaurants. That's the equity. So remember, cash flow keeps you alive, but equity is what makes you free. Okay, so we have the tools. We know about compounding, leverage, equity, but now we need the right mindset to actually use them. And this is not about gambling. It's about the art of sizing your bets and understanding risk in a whole new light. So here's the thing. The goal isn't to avoid risk altogether. That's impossible. The goal is to find asymmetric risk. All that means is you're looking for situations where the potential upside is just massively, ridiculously bigger than the potential downside. Think like a venture capitalist. They know 9 out of 10 bets might go to zero, but that one that hits 100x, it pays for all the losses and then some. That's a smart bet. But, and this is a huge but, this does not mean you go bet the farm on some crazy moonshot. This is the other side of the coin. The number one rule is to stay in the game. You never ever risk something you can't afford to lose completely. You size your bets so that if one fails, it stings, but you're still standing, ready to play another day. You never bet the whole empire. Okay, let's pull all these threads together. What this is all about really is a fundamental shift in how you see your financial life. It's about moving out of that defensive scarcity crouch and into an offensive posture, a strategy that is intentionally designed to win. So here's what that looks like in the real world. Playing defense, that's agonizing over the price of a coffee, tracking every penny in a budgeting app, and constantly asking, can I afford this? Playing offense is automating your investments so you can focus on the big wins. It's asking, how can I earn more? It's automatically bumping up your investment rate by just 1% every year. It's a mindset that's all about growth, not just cutting back. And to help you put this into action, here's a final tool for your toolkit. Think of this as a powerful filter for every major financial decision you make. It pulls together everything we've talked about: compounding, control, risk, the whole shebang. Ask yourself these 5 questions, and you'll know if you're making a real offensive move. So I'll just leave you with this one final thought. Take a good, honest look at your own financial life, your systems, your mindset, everything. And ask yourself this: is it designed just not to lose, or is it actively, intentionally, and systematically designed to win? Because the answer to that question, well, it changes absolutely everything.